Victoria, that was so pleasant to make.
Oh, that was very fun.
Quite.
That was quite fun.
I want to say it before I forget. I almost pressed it. You gave us a great out on your it's mostly the same. I worked on monkeys, right? Like you found the way to say.
I was kind of hoping that would be the button.
I know it was such a good button, but I love the lines we got to after that. Like I love that we pushed through the simple callback and found this very Chekovian, as you were saying, we will just have to find refuge in our work. What's that? Tusenbach? Tusenbach being
Also,
we will work. It was great. I loved it.
We gotta I wanted to introduce the Jimmy Spot
returning,
going down and making a wish. And no, we're not doing wishes anymore. We're working on it because we're Soviets. Enough of your magic ways. That's great.
That was so great. So that has to be my favorite. I mean, there were many great moments. Favorite moment, that I held it when you gave us the perfect out and you found those great lines at the end. That's gotta be my favorite moment.
That was fun.
That was great.
It's always magical when our guest ends with a speech at the end. That's
that
great.
Was very fun. Very fun. Very fun, you guys.
Victoria, what was your favorite moment of this whole thing we did?
Oh, that's a good question. I like the way that you would refer to things happening just by quoting another movie to describe how it happened instead of taking the time to explain it. I very much appreciated that.
Like a dystopia.
like in Endgame, how he disappeared.
Like in Endgame. He was walking like the Terminator.
Walking like the Terminator, because this is clearly a Terminator reference.
Well, I mean...
Why
it's
waste
the Terminator
time,
walk.
You know?
Everyone knows the Terminator walk.
Yeah.
I liked that a lot.
Caesar?
Here at the Offer, we're cinephiles.
We only the greatest. Only Terminator and Endgame. Really.
Yeah, the classics. I mean, we did a tribute to Die Hard, so we know what we're talking about.
We're artistique. And that's about as good as my French accent got for that. So,
there
Caesar, what was your favorite moment?
When we created a paradox and we decided to commit to a time paradox, because whenever there's something overly complicated in the story, I'm all for it.
I'm very curious how it'll read. We'll have to...
Well, we'll see.
I do remember a moment of being like, these are two memories. These are two. As we were being pulled back, I was like, it's two.
Well, you were pulled out of
just so we're both clear,
this is the paradox. By the way, it's a paradox.
Oh, that was fun. Okay.
What was your favorite part,
I also
Paul?
liked it when we connected the future Jimmy with the present Alexi and Tamara. How he was resolving this paradox, so they meet to have a final conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was touching. I felt myself touched.
I hope it was consensual.
Podcast
in the
review.
Best of ways.
This podcast made me feel touched.
I felt touched by sentient monkey consensually. Welcome to the Offer.
Oh, well, Cesar,
What was your favorite part, Paul?
I said my favorite moment when we pushed through. The ending moment was full of wonderful beauties, but there were several. If I had to name one other one, that I really enjoyed being the in the dystopic future world. When they show up in Capital Town, there's a storekeeper who's like, "What do you want? I've got bananas." Like being this in what was apparently an abandoned town. It's no, it's just another monkey town. But this one is not communist, and he's like, "You're loitering." So, and I was gonna get around to oh, those two, we killed them or whatever. I was gonna try and set it up as this timeline.
Oh, that would be too cheap.
It would be maybe it would have been too cheap, but but it was really fun to just be do you guys want something? While we had these two adoring fans of Comrade Jimmy who were that it was really quite fun, and I think it rounded out that future in an interesting way. Just that little detail of at least one person who doesn't really care who Comrade Jimmy is made it feel oh, there's a whole world of monkeys, and some of them don't know who Comrade Jimmy is.
Well, and these two just went around the world. And
I was kind of trying to see how Jimmy felt about it, if he felt cheated on, because it was his parents, and he felt he had the special bond with them, but really they traveled around the country, I guess, for 5 years, just teaching all
teaching
primates
animals
to speak.
to
or whatever,
their thing.
or they had to flee. As
It would have been so
who
cool
knew.
if this group, they were not monkeys, that they were just minks. That
The
would have been like
whole time.
a perfect
That's canon.
circle.
That's canon. It's canon. They were minks, actually.
Yeah,
the
they
whole
look
time.
like monkeys, but they're actually a bunch
They're
of
actually
minks.
minks. Yeah, that happens for sure. Minks think they're monkeys all the time. So
Cameron
okay.
and Alexi
yeah.
actually know nothing about monkeys.
I mean, we all know that all animals' anatomies are the same.
Yes.
Victoria, thank you so much for playing with us and letting
It
us
was a blast.
pester
It
you
was
with questions about what it means to do your work and all these other you're doing so many wonderful things. So excited to know you and have you in both the offer sphere and my own little personal artistic world. If people want to get in touch with you, do you do the Instagram? Do you do the how would people find you?
Yeah, so I have on Instagram, it's at Bendini_creative.
Cool.
So you can reach me there.
That's very Italian of you.
Hola.
And then I also do
Hola.
a weekly virtual trivia. So there's also an Instagram for that. That's at Mindbender Trivia.
Because your name's Victoria Bender, Mindbender Trivia.
Isn't that clever?
Oh, it's so good. The links to both of those things are going to be in the descriptions above or below, or wherever. They're attached to this thing. So you can find Victoria's weekly online trivia, and you can find her Bendini_creative.
Yes, that's for my artistic endeavors.
It was really cool. I hope you become a regular here at the offer.
Well, I would love
We're
to
gonna call you
come back.
VB from now on.
Will you accept this rose to become an author?
An offerer. We are a very cheating bunch, by the way. We have many, but hey, it's a polyamory. If there's a way polyamory can work, it's in podcast
It's
form.
the offercule. Yeah, it's the offercule. That's what we are.
The offerverse.
So, welcome to the offerverse. That's much better.
Okay,
Very endgame.
yes, that's much better. Yes, we're.
Well, now, the offerverse, I have this thing that all our stories are actually connected. They're all in the same universe. I call it the offerverse.
That would be so ridiculous to try and accomplish.
Yeah.
Sounds like
No,
a movie.
they already
Let's
are.
do it.
In the same universe. They already are. You don't need to accomplish anything.
You
They all
need
still
to
happen
do
in the same universe.
at the end of the year, you need to have a compilation episode
You're right.
where we can call back on all this stuff.
And we have all our guests doing all their old characters.
It already takes an hour to set up a recording
Can you
session.
imagine
Could you
that?
imagine sitting down and be like, so let's take you through the whole journey of every episode of The Offer ever.
I assume you've been writing this down in a big leather bound book with a quill and ink, and you have a tome.
Yep.
Yes.
Just
There
out
it
of
is.
frame here. Yep. Right over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
The offerverse with golden lettering.
Well, thank you again, Victoria. We're going to call it a night, a morning, whatever it is, a time here. It's been really wonderful to have you on. Find Victoria's Trivia. Sounds lovely. I'll be there, so join me. And
I'll be there.
Unless I'm not. So be careful about the paradoxes, as we always say here on The Offer. You know what we say
Maybe
here on
you
The Offer?
were there in a different timeline.
Yeah. As we always say, paradox are betterox.
And if you want to find out more about all of the paradoxes in the Offer multiverse, go to
theoffercast.com.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.